everybody. Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is he left me for a man. He left me for a man. Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, we have a letter, so let's dive right into this letter and see what she says. I am a 36-year-old woman. My husband, who I thought was my forever, cheated on me and then left me for a man. When I first met him, he was living with the guy he introduced as just a friend. Turns out, just a friend was actually his lover. My husband is 50, and we were together for 10 years, married for 5. I truly thought we were happy. But about 2 years into the marriage, little red flags started popping up. He suddenly got really involved at the gym and spent more time with his guy friends than with me. I brushed it off at first because who wants to be the clingy wife? But then one random Tuesday, out of nowhere, he says, I want a divorce. What? Just like that? Just like out of the blue? Yeah, that was shocking. I asked why. He hits me with, I prefer the company of a man. Okay, hold on. For your husband for 5 years to come out of pocket like that, he wanted to hurt you for some reason. Maybe he was holding a grudge or something, and he used this to hurt you, for him to say that he preferred the company of a man. You know how disrespectful that is for a husband to tell his wife? Even if it's true. How are you going to form your mouth to say those words to your wife? Okay, let's go on. Nothing prepared me for that. My mind went blank. My heart sank, and my brain was yelling, you should have told me that before we got married. I feel deceived, hurt, and honestly a little mad. Why do some men marry women, sometimes even have children, when deep down they know they're gay? It's unfair. How do we guard ourselves from this? You know, one way to guard yourself from it is to take your time. Don't be in so big of a hurry to marry the first man who asked to marry you, thinking that, this is the best deal you're going to get. So you better hurry up and grab it. Don't feel that way, because that's being desperate. And when you make decisions out of desperation, that's when you make your biggest mistakes. All right. So let's see why these men would marry women. Number one is social and cultural pressure. In certain families, communities, and religious circles, people are expected to be married. And it's taboo to be gay. So they marry as a cover. And some men, they'll stay married. Although, they'll dip and dab with men here and there. But they'll stay married because of the symbol that it represents in a lot of cases. I know in today's society it's becoming more and more open for two men to be engaged with each other in public. But I'm sure that those men have suffered repercussions from their own communities, families, and religious groups. It's not easy. So a lot of men just decide to go on and marry somebody you know, play the role so that they would not incur the pressures from other people. How about self-denial and confusion? Now, remember now, okay, I'm a spiritualist and I'm going to speak from a spiritual perspective. I realize, there are people out there who identify as being gay, but I still believe that it's a spirit that people choose to go along with it. Now, I know some people will say that they were born gay. Well, if that's the case, you probably brought that karma with you when you came in this life. Now, how true that is about being born gay, I don't know. But regardless, if a man feels the indication or the desire to be with a man, it's better for him to remain single than to marry a woman and have children and slip and slide around with men. I think that is very unfair and deceitful. And because it is low vibration, we're going to label it as evil energy. Okay, you follow me? Evil. Okay, because people are hurt by this deception. Many of these men, they want to appear as being quote unquote normal. So again, they're married, have children, by all appearances, they are in the norm. You see, marriage, family, children. But they carry on these secret affairs. And with social media being what it is, they can meet a man online and meet up with him in a couple hours. So, you know what I mean? And a lot of these indiscretions don't necessarily happen at night. They can happen any time of day. A man, when he's fascinated by that experience, well, then it draws him away from his natural instinct of being with a woman because of the evil spirit. Draws him right over. Okay? All right. Now that's my opinion. This is my world. Okay. Now these men, believe it or not, they do have a fear of being alone. I know a lot of times I talk about women having a fear of being alone, but men have the fear just as big. I tell you why, because being alone means that they have to take care of themselves. And choosing a man in their mind doesn't really guarantee that it's going to work. They feel like they have more control of it lasting if it's a woman, because women are groomed to stay in a marriage where men are demanding, in control of what happens, and they are the master manipulators. So men having a fear of being alone, especially as they get older, they want to be with somebody who's going to care for them, number one, and stick around. And a lot of these men don't feel that their male partners are up to that. Okay, a lot of their male partners are just with them because it's an exciting time. It's not about a bond, really. It's something new. It's exciting, but the spirit of it keeps it going. The spirit. Okay, all right. And let's talk about delayed self acceptance. That gets into the area of people saying they was born gay, which, I have a hard time subscribing to that idea because now here is the thing. Let's step back a minute. Here is the thing. If you believe that before you came into this life, you chose parents, you chose your situation, you chose your race. If you Your spirit, before you came into this realm, had these choices in front of you, how you wanted to live this life. Maybe you did push the gay button. Say, when I come back, I want to see how it is to be gay. So you push the gay button. So when you come out, you had that tendency to be gay. Now, if you look at it that way, maybe some of these people are born gay. If before you came into this realm, that this is spiritual, and some people believe that before you came here, you chose your situation that you wanted to live out in this life. Okay? And if that's the case, maybe some of you did push the gay button. Okay? But then if you did, when you come here, don't act like you've been put upon because you're gay. You came here to live out that experience. So, live it out no matter what it is. Okay? But be honest about it. Do not use the experience to deceive others. That's where it gets evil. When you take advantage of other people and people are hurt by it. Think about it, men. These men will go out and have children. What do the children think when all of a sudden their daddy is around looking like their mother? What do you think? I know if it were my dad, I would be so embarrassed until I probably would not own him. I would not let people know that that's my dad. I would probably disappear from his life. It's a hard thing. It's a very hard thing. And see, that is as hard as a woman marrying a man, and then all of a sudden he says that he don't want to be married no more. He's gay. He wants to be with his boy. and he's got kids at home, and he's got little boys at home looking at him as their mentor, their pattern. They want to be like their father. So now they're confused because their father is going with another man. And, kids, they pick up that confusion right away at an early age. And what a lot of the gay people try to do is deorient the children, to get them to accept this situation as being normal, when actually it's not. Okay? Actually it's not. The only reason that it will be delayed is because society frowns upon it. And I've said this before. When I was growing up, we had gay people. I mean, when I was growing up, it's kind of a little smaller town and all that in the South. And we knew we knew a gay person. The kids, they knew where he lived and everything. Because sometimes he come out, little scarves and kind of looking like a woman. But the kids knew, they pointed fingers. They knew who he was. But he wasn't out trying to recruit the little people to be like him. He wasn't in their lives. He had his own life. And people left him alone. And he left other people alone. Not like today. Not like today. See, self-acceptance doesn't mean that you got to make everybody accept it. It's you accept it since that's what you chose for your life. But that you live it. But don't try to shove it down everybody else's throat to live it along with you. And I believe when you have children, you are jeopardizing those children to this evil spirit. Okay? All right. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say to you. Take your time when you meet these men. Now, I'll give you a short story. I knew this young lady, and she's a little overweight. And he was, regular, nice looking guy. I think she probably met him in high school, that kind of thing. Now, I don't know, she probably got pregnant first, because high school boys will, they want to go sleep around with people. And this is where a lot of the young girls will get pregnant. So she had this one, but then she had three in all. It took him three babies to come out to his wife and say, I don't want to be married anymore. I like men. So there she was, stuck to raise her babies on her own. And she was the type, uh, I don't even think she worked. He had some little piece of a job and all of that. So he wasn't a great provider or anything like that. But there she had to pick up from nothing with three babies while he went off with his man friend. Okay. Now, that kind of thing is very devastating. And it is, and I really believe when men exert that kind of hurt on their families, they're going to pay with it. I believe karma is going to come right back to them for that, because whatever you put out, you're going to get back. All right. So if you intentionally put out hurt to people, hurt is going to come back to you. And if you are deceiving people, then it's intentional hurt. I hope that you understand the message today. And I really hope that it helps someone. Now, those of you who may have a question that you'd like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you for your comments and your letters. And a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best. And I really hope to see you next time.